Right, where we at? This fucking headset on. It was only about yesterday that I started listening to the videos and all I can hear is so I apologise for that because that is one of my fucking pet peeves. Anyway, standard sort of shit. Yesterday we can see it played. I played an afternoon trade yesterday as well, where I lost 31 points and then made 106 points on the drop. I'll give a real quick rundown again on that strategy whilst I'm here because I can't be able to do extra videos. It's that if a candle on the daily is normally like, let's do this. Just do that and then do a line. Fuck it. They're normally something like that, if that was black. Doesn't really matter how it sits, if it's up like this or whatever, but there's normally a leg on it. It's very rare that you normally have, I can't remember what the fucking actual bar is called, but you know what I mean, with a candle with no leg. So what I normally do is, on a day like this, the low's been set, and the high up here had no real leg. So when price makes a new high like this, you know that it's probably going to pull back, and it's normally around that 8 o'clock mark, but you know it's normally going to pull back. Yeah, I mean, that's really it. You know it's going to pull back, so you trade against it. The same as like here. So we're in that 8 o'clock range. You know you're making a new low. You know it's probably going to pull back. So yesterday was that. We made the new high. We were sat at new highs at about 8 o'clock. Doesn't have for very long until the market closes. So you kind of know, if you don't have very long until the market closes, then you kind of know that, like I was saying a minute ago, it's very rare that you end up with a bar that doesn't have a leg on it. So pretty much was just playing the idea of the leg back down, which worked out yesterday. Just a different strat. Obviously today I'm just going for the opening range break, which we can see here. And what I'll do real quick is just quickly put the lines on here so we can play it, which was 1 at the lows. And then I really wish it would save. I keep on saving it, but it doesn't fucking do it. It's really annoying. And then we'll go here. We see the fake out here. I don't trade flags. Personally, they're just way too discretionary. Like, I know you got people out there like Patrick Weed and that lot that supposedly trade them, but I started feeling over recent years that he doesn't actually trade them. It's just sort of, he does it on one account and it goes into another because, like, here he wouldn't lose money. We did see him lose money yesterday, but still, I normally keep him there just to see which direction the market's going, and we can clearly see a fake out happen like we saw yesterday, and then price start to roll back over. It looks like that's sort of what's happening now. Yeah, really, that's about it. We can see that low just got hit, so if we do close below here, we're probably going to go lower. So it's pretty simple, and a good way then that I like to see it. It's just to really feel the momentum of a trade. Is like sort of place things like this. It's not really for the actual entries themselves. It's just so I can sort of see where we're at, with momentum. So for example, if this now does pull up and it breaks its trend line, this would be a fake out to the low side. So that means we got a fake out to the top, fake out to the bottom, both around where I think my opening range should be, which just for me solidifies that the range is there. If the high of this doesn't get broken and we maintain below there and we push below, all it tells me is that the opening range low is probably the best way to go and take it. It's really that simple. There's not really much more to it. To go back over as we wait for these charts just to sort of play itself. I'm going to keep that open on there so I can see all that goodness. Yeah, just before we go in, I'm going to go over the trades we were talking about yesterday that I was going to take, but I don't trade, show the trades on these ones because they're my personal investment accounts. You can see that the buy on CRWD, we did this right at the end. I'll do this right at the end of every single stream. But you can see made 5.62%, and then we lost 1.79% on the short because you're hedging. So there's a good couple of percentage gain in there. And if you were to trade the other two instead of the top, movers, you went for Apple, for example, we were up 1.85%, and AVGO we were down 0.61%. So you can see that again, we're up over 1% on those two, and up a fair few percent on these two. It's really, really that simple. And we'll go back over that again at the end of the. Like I say, I'm not one of these that's like, oh yeah, let's just do a fucking course and say, oh, I ain't got the fucking time or patience for it. I used to do mentoring, mainly through people on Reddit. Because just the shit you see some people post on there. Obviously, a lot of new people go to Reddit and they think that they're going to get the answers they want, and Reddit is just full of liars. There's more liars on Reddit than any other fucking platform I've ever been on in my life. There are people on there pretending they know everything and they're profitable, but yet they don't even know what an index is, or the difference between futures or CFDs or options trades. Like, they don't understand what an orb break is. You know, they just don't understand any of the things like that. So it's a lot of fucking liars on there. So a lot of the time I've helped people out on there and it moved to mentorships, but nowadays not so much. I kind of just do it for free, unless, like, you know, the market's like, I end up getting hundreds or people come through. Then I eventually just end up saying to them, you know, I'm seizing it. It's just a lot of ag trying to teach people, so I don't do it. So, like, obviously in these videos, it's more for me just to be able to see back the orbs and different trades that I've been taking, and also just to give you guys just the strategies I use just thrown into one video. Right, well, we're just going to wait now until the orb sets. So you can see here, for example, that we did get that fake out on that bottom. You see? And now we're breaking that top. So for me, all this does is signify, if we were to just draw that line again real quick earlier, it just signifies to me that the top here and the bottom here, if we look at where the lows and highs are, both these fake outs are right where my opening range is. So it just makes me comfortable that the opening range is playing exactly how I want it. I don't need to see this anymore. I've got what I need out of it. That was it, really. Well, New York Open, pushing that low. Like I say, it's kind of a difficult one because I've got a feeling that it's going to just, you know, slip all the way down. However, we're going to have to wait. I'm going to wait till a little while anyway, just see how it sort of reacts to this, see if we pull back into this range at all, and then go from there. Eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one. I'll take it. So let's just see how it wants to play out. We don't know if it's going to hit or if it's going to hit my stop loss. We have no idea. I'll tell you what I am going to do, though, is just as this is running, I am going to make a cup of tea. So, yeah, BRB. Oh, well, we got tapped on there. I don't really. I mean, normally I'd break even here, but yeah, can't believe how close that got. That's unreal. Look at that. What difference is that? What is the low of that candle? That's crazy. What is the low of that candle? 22825. Fucking hell. Less than a point. Less than a point. It's going to rip back up now and take me out, isn't it? Savage. Savage bit of price action. Well, I should have probably break even this trade, but I didn't. So I'm going to live to regret that. But what can you do? There we are. I'm going to go make a cup of tea, just let this run. And I'll be back. Well, I am back, and you cannot make that up, can you? You cannot make that up. That is just insanity. Utter, utter, utter insanity. You cannot make that up. It... Man, these markets are fucking dog shit recently. They're really not fun to be involved in. I don't know. I don't know what to say, really. I mean, can you look at that? Can you make that up? Like a tick. It's like a tick away, and then it ran the whole opposite direction. That is just insane, man. I think I'm going to go with this one from now on. So it hits there, it break evens. I think that's what I'm going to go for, because that is just, well, personally, I don't see how you can't make it up. It's fucking crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. Insane. Right, instead what we're going to do is the same as what I do on every single day. So what we'll do is we go for the ZS today. ZS, which will be a sell, and then we're looking for the highest, pushing the other side. So what we're looking at, Marvel's massively up the different way. So is MDB. Let's go MDB on the Nasdaq, and that will be a long. And then we go over here. So this will be your short. We're up and the oversold, so I'm happy enough taking this short. And I'll put that right on the actual entry, and then here we'll go in long. We see we're kind of bellying out here anyway. We'll keep that there, and then I'll obviously enter off stream on my own, because I do not show them accounts. We'll see what positions, how these positions work out. We've got some nice gaps here. Might get the gap fill, especially on this is a crazy gap fill. There's a good chance that we could see this one run up today, and a big gap, and push on the open to the top side here. So we could probably see this come back down as well. So we'll see how that plays out. The Nasdaq just, well, I mean, unfortunate today. I don't know how else to go about that, to be honest with you, other than just unfortunate. Missed out by a tick. Yeah, like that. Exactly the same as that. We literally ticked ourselves, which is just, man, that's painful. And obviously that's why we put stop losses in place. It's a painful loss. It's a painful fucking loss. If we go over it, we had no trade there. If we did trade, it would have been a win. 2 losses quite frequent. You can see that doesn't happen often. If we go all the way through, you can see that obviously for some weird reason I had to, well, I know why, I had to delete them all, because trading views a load of shit nowadays. If you don't, you have too much drawn up on there, it'll crash. Crashes like fucking crazy. Looks like Nasdaq did just punch that high. But yeah, you can see that we had, like, well, at the beginning really of Feb, halfway into the Feb, we had win, no trade, loss, win. So we were doing that at 1,000, and we're losing 1,000. We'd have had 1,000, 0, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 8,000, 9,000, pretty much 8,000 on one account for the halfway through Feb. And so far, March would have been 1,000, 2,000, 1,000 if we were trading just the NQ. But instead what we're trading obviously is the micros. So instead what we had was 200, 400, back to 200. Okay? That's essentially what we had. Which, if we look at the price that I've got on the account, is pretty much around about that. So, well, we're at 300 because I did a little bit of playing around. We were on this day here. But yeah, can't make that fucking up, can ya? Cannot make that fucking up. Well, that's me done for the day.